recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list? Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and I am here today with Nick Groves. Hello, Nick.
Hello, Jonathan.
It's good to see you, my man.
Good to see you too.
It is a Tuesday night. You and I didn't have anything better to do, so we decided to record an episode. Are you regretting that, or do you feel good about it?
I always regret recording episodes.
Yes. Yes, I understand. But at least we are being kept company by some very fun people. First up, Benjamin Greenfield is with us today. Hey, Benjamin.
Hi, Jonathan.
Glad to have you on the show. Lisa Wolfisch is with us today. Hello, Lisa.
Hey, everyone. Glad to be here.
Hello, hello. And James Hoover is with us today. Hey, James.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Doing great. So I want to get to know all of you a little bit better. We're going to start with Benjamin. Benjamin, can you tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself?
I am from Annapolis, Maryland, except I am now living in South Philadelphia, and I am the cantorial soloist and music director and bar and bat mitzvah tutor at a small synagogue out in the suburbs. Something fun about me is I am a 30-minute walk to the Philly Stadium.
Okay, that is... So, do you ever make that walk?
All the time.
Really? Is this the Citizens Bank?
Yep.
On your list of stadiums that you could watch a ball game out, where does that rank?
It's in the top 5 because it has great sightlines. The food's okay, and the teams are always fun to. It's always fun to watch National League teams.
There you go. Very cool. Good reasons too. And how did you get into the cantoring business?
My dad's the cantor at the synagogue where I grew up, and it just kind of fell into it. So
fantastic. Well, it's super good to have you here today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Lisa, over to you. I want to know where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hey, I'm in Washington, D.C., and I research and write about emerging technology and think about the ways that the federal government can adopt it. And I'm really, really glad to be back out, going to concerts, going to things after kind of not doing that for a while the past few years. And I am going over to Scotland again, and hopefully I will be hooking up with Addie to play trivia again. I love meeting all the Trivial Warfare Army, and it was so great seeing everybody at SporkleCon last year too.
Absolutely love it. That's fantastic. Is it a thankless job looking at emerging technologies for the government, considering that they're still using green screens in the IRS and other fun facts like that?
No, I think it's a really fun job. I'm really liking it.
What's an example of an emerging technology for the U.S. government? Like the 3.5-inch floppy disks instead of the 5 1/4,
or they have new Zune players, Nick.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yes.
No.
No, none of that. Oh,
no,
we got lower expectations.
We're very much at the forefront of looking at new kinds of technology.
All right.
We've moved past compact discs.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
Here I am just sitting there going, wait, the IRS needs green screens? Like, what CGI are they trying to do? Like, your money? It's gone.
No. When I say green screens, you know what I mean, right?
The older monitors, right?
The old CRT monitors that didn't have any color and had they were all like C+ programmed apps. Well, it is absolutely wonderful to have you here, and I'm looking forward to playing against you today.
Same.
All right, and over to James. James, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm James Hoover from Louisiana originally, Baton Rouge, New Orleans area, and then moved to Tennessee about 11 years ago to come to school to become an optometrist, and been in Nashville since 2017 doing all of that fun stuff. And I was actually thinking back, you were here about 2 years ago for the podcast convention in August of 21.
Yep.
That next, 2 weeks later, I flew with my, at the time, girlfriend to Colorado. Didn't think about it ahead of time, just saw a really nice trail, but I decided it's a 2-mile hike. Can't be that difficult, right? And we walked up to the top of this mountain, and I proposed to her at 12,000 feet. Thankfully, she said yes. It's been a really long trip back down the mountain. But we learned then that I should check the elevation change because it was 2 miles and 1,000 feet gained in that time. So trig about 10-degree incline the entire way up, starting at 11,000 feet from sea level before the next day, the day before. So yeah, we were both dying.
Oh my
trying to get to the
God.
top. But I kind of was like, hey, at least I took your breath away, you know? It's nice.
There are so many things wrong with that experience, James. So like, you pressured her. She's like, what am I going to say? No, you're going to throw me off the mountain. I see how this is going to work.
My friends are both like, I was like, dude, what are you crazy? And it's like, well, to be fair, never so certain of a yes in my life. So I didn't think it'd be an issue, but definitely one of those fun things. Yeah, it was one of the things. It's been 2 years since or a year and a half since we've gotten engaged. We'll be getting married at the end of this year. All the pushbacks from COVID pushed that back a couple of extra things, and things are booked and cost way too much money. So
I was gonna say, you didn't want to have one of those Wednesday morning weddings at the venues because everybody's so double booked.
Yeah, we pushed it from the last Saturday of October to the first Friday of November, and the budget cost is over half as much that Saturday versus doing it on the Friday. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's a weird racket, but looking forward to it.
I'm glad to hear that. When you said you said something like my former girlfriend or my previous girlfriend. I was like, oh no, did they break up? This is going to be a bad story.
No, it was you met her that time. But no, I was just meant to say basically, we were at the time.
2 weeks later, we broke up.
I was hiding. Yeah, no, thankfully not. No, I was hiding the ring that whole time though. So I was a bit nervous when you were hanging out, going like, just don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. So definitely a whole fun thing. I'm just trying to get it all together. But,
I love it.
Yeah, man.
That's what a lot of people say to me out loud.
Don't say anything.
Over and over and over.
All right. Well, it is great to have all of you here. We're going to have a great time today, and we're going to get started with Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
And the part of Chris is going to be played by Mr. Nick Groves today. Nick, I hope you got something good for us.
Oh, man, do I have something for you. So this is something that was written by one of my trivia writers, and we used it for one of our rounds upcoming soon. So if you are a district trivia player, if you were listening tonight, this would help you for when it's used in the future. But for now, this is going to be amazing. It is a true or false round. It's a real or fake round. Basically, we went out and we found names of porta potty companies.
Oh no.
Really?
And we have real and fake names of actual porta potty companies throughout the United States and Canada.
This is brilliant.
So I am going to give you the name of the porta potty company, and you tell me whether it's real or fake.
I love it.
Jonathan, you are up first. Jonathan, the first company is Honey Bucket.
Honey Bucket is definitely a nickname for a toilet. I don't remember. I ran across it for the first time like pretty recently. It's a nickname for these, but I don't think it's a brand name. I'm going to say false, not real.
False is incorrect.
Oh,
Honey
no.
Bucket is a real Porta-John company.
Oh, God.
So, one wrong answer so far. We are 0 for 1. We move on to Lisa. Lisa, Duty Calls. D-O-O-T-I.
I'm going to say that's real.
Duty Calls is a real Porta-John company. Very good.
Whoa.
Benjamin, you are up next. Your Porta-John company is Kerplunk.
Kerplunk. Oh dear. I am going to guess that Kerplunk is not a real Porta-John company.
Kerplunk is a real Porta-John company.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Also
James,
a board game.
Rounding out the first round, James, your company is Yes We Can. WEE.
It's good to know that this makes me still feel that I can remember that I'm just 12 and 12 years old emotionally. Game theory, there have been 3 real ones. I got to go fake.
Fake is correct. Very good on the game theory. All right,
There was
Jonathan.
a chance that all of them were going to be real.
And if they were, be like, well, yes, we can.
Yeah. All right, Jonathan, back to the top. You are up with yesterday's Meals on Wheels.
Fake. Not real.
That is a real Porta-John company.
Oh, no.
Get out of here.
Lisa, The Drop Zone.
I really hope that's fake.
It is real. It is a real Porta-John company.
Oh my God, y'all.
Are we sure this isn't an after dark one?
This would have been a good round for the After Dark one.
Yes.
This is good. Benjamin, Poo Poo Platter.
Wow. That I am going to say, yes, that is a real one.
It is fake.
Oh,
it is a
man.
fake Porta-John company. James, The Dump and Pump.
Oh, my God. Dump and pump like at a gas station, maybe? I mean, sure, it's real. Why not?
It is fake.
Oh,
That
thank
was what I
God.
made
He's
up.
got us.
Thank God.
He's got us wrapped around his little stinky finger on this warm it up. We don't know what to think.
Yeah, she'd wash her hands after this one.
All right, Jonathan, back to you at the top. Tidy Whiteys. Tidy. Tidy Whiteys.
Fake.
That is fake. Very good. Got one. Flipped the coin and came out on top. Lisa, Johnny on the Spot.
I love that. That's a really good name.
I mean, that seems real. I know people call them that. I will say that that's real.
That is real.
That's
Very
the best
good.
one.
Benjamin, Lululemon.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna
It's
go fake.
L-O-O?
Yeah.
L-O-O lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, fake.
Fake is correct.
Yay! I got one.
Right?
James, for the perfect round all the way through,
No pressure.
you're in luck.
Urine. No.
You're in luck.
No.
I've heard of pot of gold, but my God. Let's go fake.
Fake is correct for the perfect round. You see how
Yeah.
this works, ladies and gents. They
We
are
did
warming
something.
up as we speak. Jonathan, back to you at the top. Sanitary Canary.
Fake.
Fake is correct.
I'm on
Lisa.
a roll.
Keep it going. Will he make it?
I'll say that's real because it's so ridiculous.
That is real. Very
Oh,
good.
nice.
6 in a row. Benjamin.
Oh no, no pressure.
TP Inc. TEEPE.
That sounds like it. None of them. I don't know.
Sounds like it had
Let's
an
go
unfortunate Native American mascot at some point.
Yeah, let's go real. Why not?
Real is correct. Very good. Keeping it going. No pressure on you, James, but that's 7 in a row. James, portable non-potables.
I got to go fake again.
Fake is correct.
8 in a
that sounds
row,
like a made-up
baby.
Jeopardy thing.
I wouldn't even know what I was ordering if I saw those.
Jonathan, Dirty Jobs.
I don't think they could get away with the same name as the show. I'm going to say fake.
Fake is correct. Very good. Lisa, Trump Dumps.
I'm going to say that that's fake.
Fake is correct.
Oh, he got
Very
your number
good.
now, Nick. That's 10 in a row.
Oh, man, they're killing it. All right, Benjamin, 2 left. Mr. Party Pooper.
I take it back about Johnny on the spot. Mr. Party Pooper's a great name.
I liked yesterday's Meals on Wheels.
That was
a great
terrible.
name.
Should be ashamed.
It would be a shame if Mr. Party Pooper were not a real thing. I'm going to go real. Mr. Party Pooper is real.
Real is correct
Yes.
for 11 in a row.
If I ever have to rent a porta potty, I want to rent from Mr. Party Pooper. Yes.
All right, James, last one. The Wizards of Ooze.
Oh.
Ooh.
No, that's fake.
Fake is
Incorrect. No, that felt like a real one.
Real. Yep. So there you go. There is your warm it up, Chris, on the real or fake
Spoiled our
Porta
toilet
John
roll.
companies.
Oh, good job, everybody. We got warmed up there. That was pretty darn good. Even if
I'm
it did come
super
from Nick.
impressed.
All right. Well, guys, this is going to be episode number 424. We're almost a quarter of the way to 500 all of a sudden.
That's
It's
insane.
like 424. It's jumped ahead on us here. Want to let you know that we have lots and lots of old school awesome episodes behind the paywall over on trivialwarfarearmy.com. You just have to sign up as a sergeant or higher, and you can get access to everything that's out there. So I want to encourage you to go to trivialwarfarearmy.com. I also want to remind you that we have another show at the Oaks Media Group called Counting Sheep. Our first episode was published as a podcast recently. You heard I think you definitely saw the first episode on this Trivial Warfare feed. I want to also let you know that show is done live on Twitch. So if you're not a member of the Facebook group, definitely jump onto the Facebook group for Trivial Warfare Army, and you will be one of the first people to know when the new episode will be scheduled for if you want to watch live on Twitch, which was a lot of fun last time. And I want to let you know that you can play along with today's show. Go to the App Store or Play Store, download Triviamatic, hit the Play Now button, and input this code
305-892. That's 305-892.
in order to play along with today's show. And today's show is going to be a good one. It's going to be Jonathan and James versus Lisa and Benjamin. Nick is hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
All right. Round 1, question number 1. The category today is geography.
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 From here, you'd have to go all the way to Mali to locate this city that dates back to the 11th century when it was settled by Tuareg, Tuareg, Tuareg nomads, as they began to use the site as a trading post for goods like gold, ivory, and salt.
Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong chat. That's the one. Yeah, all right, let's, I feel, if it's not that, I'm mistaking it for another place that is, but I think that's the right one.
Yeah, so let's just go with that, man. I'm not really sure.
All right, we're going to lock in.
Benjamin and I are thinking Timbuktu. I know Khartoum is in Sudan, and I get those two mixed up.
That's as good of answer as any as I'm going to pull.
Okay. All right, so we'll lock in with Timbuktu.
All right, they are locked in with Timbuktu. Jonathan and James, what did you say?
I got here by trying to figure out where Garfield would try and mail Nirmal to. And that took me to Abu Dhabi, which was the wrong answer. And I had to kind of back off of it in my mind before I was like, okay, if it's not Abu Dhabi, I think it's Timbuktu. James felt like that was a good enough answer, and so we went with Timbuktu.
All right, so both teams said Timbuktu. Both teams are correct.
Nice.
2 is your right answer. See, the game's not that hard.
I was surprised when they said that you have hard games.
I don't think I would say out of all of us, Erin is the one that writes all of the creative, interesting trivia questions.
She has lots of good clues, though. You don't have good clues, so she gets that over you.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, accept that challenge.
I'm still bitter over the spelling.
Of what?
The spelling of
The spelling warm it up.
Oh, the spelling. The spelling bee. That's fair. Round 1, question number 2. Your category is, shall we play a game? Or, hear it in your own roboticized computer voice.
Shall we play a game?
There you go. The original concept of which game included an axe, a hypodermic needle, poison, a fireplace poker, and a small bomb.
All right, let's lock it in.
Yeah, let's do it.
The one game that I was thinking of that had a list of random objects that could do some sort of bodily harm would be Clue, and Lisa thought the same thing, and we sent it to each other at pretty much the same time, so we're gonna go with Clue. Locked in.
All right, they locked in with Clue. Jonathan and James, what did you say?
Yeah, man, it's basically listening off a bunch of objects that you'd think about in terms of like, well, that would hurt. Oh, that would hurt. That probably wouldn't be great either. It's probably Clue, and if not, it's a weird version of Monopoly.
It is, in fact, a weird version of Monopoly. No. Both teams said Clue. The correct answer is Clue. Good
nice.
job.
See, there's clues in this game.
Yeah. See, you asked
that's well played.
It only took one question.
Immediately. That was a good payback right there. I love that.
Round 1, question number 3. Your category is, who say what now?
Huh?
Exactly. Meaning God from a machine. Which 3-word Latin phrase describes a miraculous or unbelievable turn of events in a work of fiction?
Meow meow.
Meow meows?
Yeah, meow meows.
You're too late, Nick. You got to be prepared if you want to do it.
Yeah, we're good. We can lock.
Oh my God, stupid autocorrect.
All right, yeah. So you're locked in?
All right,
James.
locked in with meow meows. James and Jonathan. James, what did you say? You also had meow meows.
James, I have to disagree with you. I don't think it's Feud Ex Machina.
Yeah, my autocorrect was like Feud Ascent. I was like, no. Wrong one. But yeah, Deus Ex Machina all day, man. That's one of those ones just from Latin background for several years during high school and all that. That's
Perfect.
All right, Lisa and Benjamin, what did you say?
Yeah, we also said Deus Ex Machina, the worst plot device ever in movies. I hate when that happens, but yeah, that's it.
All right, both teams said Deus Ex Machina. Both teams are correct.
Woo!
After round number 1, the score of the incredibly difficult, hard game written by Nick is 30-30. Two perfect scores after round number 1.
Heck yeah.
Both teams are absolutely killing it, obviously warmed up from the porta potty round. We move into round number 2. Question number 1. Your category is Belliciuses.
Bless you.
What?
Name either of the 2 times mentioned by Lizzo in the opening lines of her hit song, About Damn Time.
Name either of the 2 lines? I don't think the lines have names.
Times. Either of the 2 times mentioned in the opening lines.
Times of day?
There are 2 times that are mentioned.
Okay, can you paste the lyrics in the chat?
Yep, no problem.
Trying to remember how that started. Does that sound?
No. I mean, I don't know what your piece is, but I feel like the first things that I just said are like the very first line.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I said is like the last bit of that first section.
I'm racking my brain. I don't know. If you want to go with that, we can go with that. But I want to say, God.
My wife is going to tell me that I need to listen to more Lizzo with her.
I just had that same thought.
She's only a multi-Grammy winner who had this song at number 1 for multiple weeks.
I just know she plays flute.
I mean, have you ever sung it at the synagogue? I'm sure it would go over well.
Haven't worked in the Lizzo yet.
If you had, it's about damn time.
And I guess we can lock in because we have no idea and we're just picking something.
Okay.
All right.
So, James, the start of the song, the words, God, they're so fast and they're hard to understand, but they're like da 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 da. That's the rhythm of it. And that last bit, I think, is I need a minute to pump beep up. That's what I think that last line is. I don't think they're times of day we're talking about. I think he means length of time, and I'm pretty sure that one of the lengths of time in that statement is a minute.
Yeah, as I said, I was taking the question more as a time of day specifically, but even still,
I was too.
Even still, my only thing is that time, which I don't think is correct. I'm trying to remember because, like I said, we used to have this on my radio at work. They had like a pop station playing, and they turned it off once some of this stuff kind of started getting recited by some of our younger patients. But I'm trying to think back to, I don't know anything better, man. I don't know.
All right, we're going to say a minute.
All right. Jonathan and James said a minute. Lisa and Benjamin, what did you say?
Yeah, we didn't know what time referenced, if it referenced something like sunrise or twilight or 5 o'clock or 0 dark 30. So we just said midnight and are waiting for the next question.
So Jonathan and James said a minute. Lisa and Benjamin said midnight. Jonathan, the section of the song that you are thinking of is in the middle. It's a middle section.
Oh, wonderful.
That says that. Yeah. The opening lines of the song are, it's bad beep clock.
Oh.
Yeah, it's thick 30. Oh. Either one of them would have been acceptable.
Yeah, no, I never hear the first line, I guess.
I wasn't getting bad beep clock. It was just
you were close.
You did.
You were real close. Live to fight another day.
Thick 30 is very well done, though. I mean, I want to incorporate that joke into my life.
100%. Round 2, question number 2. Your category is E and then F. Repeat. While many know that composer... hold on. Sorry, I got bifocals this week, and I haven't gotten ready yet. I'm at that point in my life.
Old man Nick.
Hey, can I, as the eye doctor, just say congratulations? This is a big milestone in your life. And
it is.
You have to accept it.
You know what? I actually decreased the font size on my phone as a result. So I'm going with that as the better way to look at it.
Maximizing real estate on your phone.
Yes, and the AARP card is also a nice benefit.
I've had an AARP card for 15 years. They do not have age limits on that, and there are some really good discounts there.
The Trivial Warfare Army is going to be full of AARP members soon.
I swear to
brilliant.
God, I have a Samsung S21 Ultra that I got for $100 because of my AARP membership. Like new. Like it is you really should look into it if you're not there already. They cannot discriminate based on age.
How did you get a $100 phone?
I got $800 off.
Well, yeah, but the Ultra cost like $1,300.
The one I had was $800. I don't know what to tell you. It's
got that 5-finger discount.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have an AARP card. They don't look at you. Your category is E and then F. Repeat. While many know that composer John Williams is the answer to many music-related trivia questions, fewer people know that from 1985 to 1988, his son, Joseph Williams, doggedly held the line as the lead singer of which band?
You know what? Before I type it in, James.
Oh, he's got 2 toots.
I am very sure that he's looking for this.
Sounds good to me, man.
All right, we're gonna lock in.
Toot.
All right, they are locked in. That means Benjamin and Lisa, you can talk out loud.
I'm not sure on this one.
This is not my genre of music or anything. If I'm picking up on the doggedly part, is this the right era for Pet Shop Boys?
I mean, it is, but I'm pretty sure they're English. I don't know that John Williams, I don't think he is. I mean, this should be something, it's kind of like my era for music, but I'm not sure what else might have some reference to pets, dogs, or held the line, doggedly held the line. I'm not sure.
I'm not gonna pull anything better.
Yeah, I don't know that I will. I'm not. It's just not coming to me something that wording would be a clue to. I'm probably going to kick myself once I hear it. If he was lead singer, you said lead singer, right, Nick?
Yes, lead singer.
Then maybe it's a band that went through singers. If he was in it for 3 years, yeah, I don't know. Any of that spurring anything? No.
No, not at all.
Held the line. Doggedly held the line. I'm not pulling anything. Can say Pet Shop Boys just to move on, but that's not it.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull anything else.
Yeah. All right. We'll just say Pet Shop Boys and move on.
Lisa and Benjamin said Pet Shop Boys. Jonathan and James, what did you lock in with your toot toots?
I know you are very proud of yourself with your cluing in that question, because Hold the Line was a hit by a band that shared a name with a dog. The band's name was Toto.
Oh.
As I said, Toot Toot, I was like, please don't give that away. And also, like, if ever was a time to pick the hammer and not
the hammer and not the that was the wrong time for the toot toots or the tote totes. All right. Jonathan and James said Toto. Lisa and Benjamin said the Pet Shop Boys. Your correct answer is Toto. Good work.
Hold the line. Love is always on time. Oh, no.
But yeah, when I saw that, I was shocked.
Yeah, I am too.
Son was the lead singer of Toto. He wasn't the original lead singer. He was 85 to 88. But still, it's amazing.
You know, bands that sound a lot alike to me, after I locked in, I had a moment of panic. I was like, crap, I know I'm going on the clues here, but wasn't that Survivor? I feel like that was Survivor. Yeah, no.
I got to go rip up my 80s card.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no. Shame upon your family.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, Jonathan, Broken Wings was Mr. Mister.
Yes, I'm aware. Yes. Also, Kyrie Eleison.
Kyrie Eleison.
That's what I said.
Round number 2, question number 3. Your category is Nick Murders Your Hit.
Oh, are you going to murder it?
That's right. Round 2 was a secret music round. I am not going to murder it. I'm just going to read it.
Boo!
Name the song with the following lyrics from a lesser-known second verse of a wildly popular part in the life of an 80s kid. Are you ready?
Wait, you want to name the song from the lyrics?
Name the song that has the following lyrics. The lyrics are from a lesser-known second verse of a wildly popular part in the life of an 80s kid.
Okay.
When it seems they're heading for final curtain, good deduction never fails, that's for certain. The worst messes become successes.
As soon as I read what you said, I stopped typing. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make it work.
Yeah.
In my head, but that's where I'm leaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very confident now. I can make it work. I think that's it. I think we should lock in.
That works for me, man.
All right. We're gonna lock in.
All right, Lisa and Benjamin.
Music, you're killing me, Nick.
Yeah, you're giving me the wrong genre, the wrong types of music.
I'm sorry. No, wait. No, what's the opposite of that? No, I'm not sorry. Not sorry.
I don't know, the way you say like an 80s kid, I'm wondering if you mean like a little kid, because it's not something that's familiar to me. I'm wondering if it's like maybe something from a kids show on TV, or some kind of kids themed sort of thing, you know, where you hear the first verse because maybe that's the theme song of the show. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little young to remember that 80s TV shows, but I think something is weird about this for me, and I think this might be DuckTales. The DuckTales theme song, but I don't know the name of it. I don't know if they'll take if Nick would take the DuckTales theme song as an answer or not. But
yeah, I'm happy to go with that because nothing is jogging any memory for me.
Okay, let's go with locked in with the DuckTales theme song.
Benjamin and Lisa locked in with the DuckTales theme song. James and Jonathan, what did you say?
So, Nick, I've always felt that life is like a hurricane. Now, sometimes there's race cars, there's lasers, there's airplanes. I think it's a duck blur. I'm going DuckTales. Woo!
When it seems they're heading for final curtain, good deduction never fails. That's for certain. The worst messes become successes. DuckTales.
Woo!
DuckTales. The DuckTales theme is your correct answer. Very good job by both teams.
Good
I
call,
was
guys.
really fighting the grammar in the first half of the question. I'm like, this is a very obvious, has to be clue, but it's not a clue. It's weird feeling, but the fact that it became kids, and I'm like, okay, hold on. And that pushed me towards TV things. And so, yeah, that's how that came around.
So, yeah, I spent last week, spring break, down in Disney World, and I was in line for some ride somewhere, and they were playing the DuckTales theme song in the background, and they went into a second verse, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I've never heard this before. And I'm like, oh, well, that's going in the game next week. No question.
Nobody's ever heard this before. Let's ask Jonathan about it.
Yeah. After round number 2, your score is 50-40 with Jonathan and James in the lead.
Woohoo!
Round number 3, question number 1. Your category is a noble companion. Which actor, preceded by Jodie Whittaker and followed by Ncuti Gatwa, was, in an unprecedented move, revealed to be the 14th incarnation of Doctor Who? He is married to Georgia Moffat, the daughter of the 5th Doctor, Peter Davidson, and an actress in her own right, playing the titular Doctor's daughter in a Series 4 episode of the show.
Jesus, That was a lot of information. You know you're going to paste that.
Yep. I like giving information. This is my educationally written game with the fun stuff added in. There you go.
I was really thrilled when I realized I know the name Jodie Whittaker. I think she's Doctor Who. And then you gave like 14 other pieces of information. I'm like, crap.
We can lock this in.
All right. Lisa and Benjamin are locked in. James and Jonathan, that means you can talk out loud.
All right. So, James, you suggested Tennant, but he was before Whittaker.
He was. And then I've seen recently, I haven't watched any of the more recent episodes, but I keep seeing his picture popping up as if he's being like brought back in for things. And I wonder if it's one of those like wibbly wobbly timey-wimey sort of situations where like, yes, you were the, was he the 10th? Sacrilege amongst my friends for not knowing.
Tennant was the 10th Doctor, yes.
Yeah. And then I think he may be back for this. I said, I just don't know. I've seen him in some of the marketing stuff. That's what makes me think maybe. And I want to say, I remember seeing a meme recently where it was like one of the original Doctors came to see him at like a Comic-Con because like he married his daughter, and then his son is married to another famous actor's. I said I think it's Tennant, but I could be entirely wrong. But
it's good enough for me, dude. You don't have to justify. That's better than what I'm going to give you.
I can hear my.
I'm still stuck on Peter Baker.
Yeah. I hear just being like, if she knew this answer, you're like, come on, dude, just yelling at me from the car when you're hearing it later.
Well, come on, dude, lock it in.
Let's lock in with Tennant then. Let's do it.
All right, they are locked in with the 10th Doctor, David Tennant. Benjamin and Lisa, do you know who the 14th Doctor is?
Yeah, I'm pretty big Whovian, so I'm pretty familiar with this. And yeah, everything James said, David Tennant is married to Georgia Moffat, and all the jokes are she's the Doctor's daughter of a doctor, married to a doctor, and all of that. So yeah, we locked in with David Tennant.
And my wife would also be yelling at me for not knowing this too.
Whereas my wife was yelling at the screen when they revealed that the 14th Doctor was David Tennant because he is the best Doctor.
Was she excited?
She was so excited.
I bet that was
we were
fun.
Both very excited. Yeah. but that was Jodie Whittaker, regenerates and she disappears, and all of a sudden David Tennant reappears, and everybody thought it was going to be Ncuti Gatwa, and all of a sudden it's David Tennant, and he's like, "What just happened? Like, I know these teeth. I know what's going on." Like, they brought him back, and it's amazing because every time he's interviewed, he says, "My only regret is not being able to keep playing the Doctor. That's the only role he ever wants for the rest of his life." They made him move on, kind of thing, because that's what happens in the Doctor, and now they brought him back for a second time because he was there for the 50th anniversary special. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, so I like that question.
Good job.
Yeah, I think he's a great Doctor. I also like Jodie Whittaker. I thought she was a really good Doctor.
Jodie Whittaker.
Eccleston.
Yeah, Jodie Whittaker was great. I mean, Eccleston was amazing because that was the early Moffat days and the New Who, and he did an incredible job. Tennant was the best Doctor. Matt Smith was the best storylines. I think Jodie Whittaker was hurt by the large cast of companions.
I have one Doctor Who Funko Pop, and it is Jodie Whittaker. So she must be the best.
And one of my prized possessions is a picture of me with Stephen Moffat, from South by Southwest. So
yeah, no,
he's
amazing,
yeah.
And he's back. So I'm very excited about the next coming series. Both teams are correct. 10 points for both teams. Round 3, question number 2. This question is brought to us by Clint Givens. So thank you so much, Clint.
Thank you, Clint.
And the category is Chuck You.
Well, Chuck You too. Is this a question about our listener, Chuck You?
We'll find out, won't we?
Because he exists. He's been on the show.
No, I know Chuck. Yeah. He's awesome. He was just recently on, you know what? Recently is a bad term to use in this context. He's on season 3 of Things That Are Blank.
Oh, the often rumored but never verified season 3 of Things That Are Blank, huh?
There's no real way to know when it's coming or if it's coming. There's no way to know. We definitely don't have 42 episodes in the can. Your question is, what is the alliterative name of the 14-year-old foster child played by both Asher Angel and Zachary Levi in a 2019 movie with the tagline, "Just Say the Word"?
It works for me, man. I don't know.
Repeat the question for me one time, Nick, to make sure I didn't misunderstand.
What is the alliterative name of the 14-year-old foster child played by both Asher Angel and Zachary Levi in a 2019 movie with the tagline, "Just Say the Word"?
Yep, I am meow confident. Meow!
All right, locked in with the meow meows, Benjamin and Lisa.
Yeah, I'm totally clueless on this one. I think Zachary Levi is the guy in the Kurt Warner biopic, but this is not a movie that I am familiar with or that I would have seen, and I'm not pulling any alliterative movie titles from the before times of 2020.
You said it was 2019?
2019 was the movie, yes.
Yeah.
So it was a 14-year-old foster child played by 2 actors?
You could answer DuckTales. Oh, woo-woo.
I might answer DuckTales.
What is the alliterative name of the 14-year-old foster child played by both Asher Angel and Zachary Levi in a 2019 movie with the tagline, "Just Say the Word"?
Just say the word. And the category was Chuck You.
I have absolutely nothing.
Yeah. God, that feels like it was so long ago.
It
feels like it was a pandemic ago.
It was the before times.
The before times. It's not Knives Out. I remember seeing that in 2019. I remember seeing the Mr. Rogers movie with Tom Hanks. Don't remember foster children in that. Just say the word. Let's see. There's Peter Parker, right? All the Marvel characters tend to have alliterative names.
All right, 1 minute remaining.
There was the Into the Spider-Verse with Miles, but that was animated. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think there's anything better than Peter Parker that we're kind of come up with right now.
I'm trying to figure out what the category means. Chuck, Charles, I don't know.
Need an answer.
So Donald Duck.
Donald Duck it is. All right. They answered Donald Duck. Jonathan and James, what did you say?
They were closer with Peter Parker for sure. Yeah, no. So Chuck, I was trying to figure out the category clue the halfway through their talking, and it finally hit me. Zachary Levi played a character named Chuck in a different show. Zachary Levi was Chuck, wasn't he, in the TV show Chuck? Yeah, so there's the connection there. The word that the poster just wanted you to say was Shazam, and this character's name is Billy Batson.
All right, Jonathan and James locked in with Billy Batson. Lisa and Benjamin locked in with Donald Duck. They were so close. It's actually Daisy Duck. Daisy is the answer we're looking for.
Oh, no.
Shazam is the movie, and the character is Billy Batson.
Yeah, so in the movie, in order to transform from the little kid into the superhero, he has to say the word Shazam. And that's why the poster goes that way.
Yep. And Zachary Levi was Chuck in the TV show Chuck. So
he also had to say it like Gomer Pyle did. He has Shazam!
That's exactly what he did, yeah.
Wasn't that the name of the genie that Shaq played in that movie?
That was Kazam.
Kazam. Yeah.
No.
The one that's fictional was the Sinbad
That
one.
is a Mandela.
No, Sinbad's Mandela.
Oh, he said Shaq. You're right. You said
Shaq played Kazam.
Shaq did play Kazam. Yeah, I thought you said Sinbad, and I'm like, no, that's the Mandela effect. I'm an idiot. Ignore me.
You're the Mandela effect.
Joel, do me a favor and cut that out of the episode. That'd be great.
He's going full Joey from Full House. Cut it out.
That's right. Round 3, question number 3. Your category is time to order a pizza. Over 100 million people tuned in to watch O.J. Simpson's infamous white Ford Bronco race down the L.A. highways while being pursued by a large number of police cars and over 20 helicopters. Which friend and former Buffalo Bills teammate was behind the wheel as Simpson was hiding in the back seat?
I was worried you were going to ask what NBA basketball game is a finals game. I think something like that. Which two teams? I could have sworn you were going to ask that.
It absolutely was a final. They preempted the finals game.
All right. We can lock it in.
All right. They're locked in. Lisa and Benjamin.
I know he goes by AC. It's like Al Callings, something like that. If I'm close enough, then can that...
Is that what you want to lock in with?
I'm pretty sure that's right. Lisa, do you...
Yeah, I'm thinking, as I sit here in my Buffalo Bills jersey, yeah, that's sparking something probably as close as I'll get. So that's fine.
All right, so they're locked in with that. Jonathan and James, what did you answer?
I felt very confident that this was going to be Al Callings.
So both teams answered Al Callings. Both teams are correct. Al Callings is your correct answer. Good work.
What was the NBA game they interrupted?
It was, I don't remember. It was
What year was it?
It was the Knicks and the Rockets. It's in the
Knicks and the Rockets.
June 17th, 1994 ESPN 30 for 30 documentary.
Right.
Very cool.
That was the first year without Jordan, right? The Rockets went back to back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like game 5 of the finals.
Yep, and it got preempted by a car chase.
It was also the last day that Arnold Palmer played at the U.S. Open.
Yep. That's the day that is, I believe, the number 1 pizza selling day ever. More pizzas were ordered on that day than any other day in history.
Wow.
I was wondering the tie-in for their question name. I was like, what is that about? Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Originally, I was actually, when I came to the question, I came to it through the it's Domino's biggest delivery day in its company history. And I went, that's a great question. I'm like, nobody's going to get that question. So I'm going to go a different way with it. Your score after round number 3, the team of Jonathan and James is in the lead with 80 points to Lisa and Benjamin's 60. It is still a very close game.
Woot, woot.
All right, your midpoint, your category is what's in a name. There are 6 team nicknames in the 4 big sports. The big 4 sports. There are 6 team nicknames in the big 4 sports that are in multiple sports. For example, the Jets are in both New York in the NFL and Winnipeg in the NHL. For 4 points apiece, name the other 5.
You gave us the Jets.
I gave you the Jets.
We're locked in. Oh, sorry. I should have.
Already?
Wait, you want 5 of them?
I want 5.
No,
Oh,
we're not
sorry.
logged in. We're not.
No,
logged
too
in.
late. They're locked in. Gotta take that.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. You're fine. Give us some time to think. We haven't started.
I was going to say, I was going to immediately make Jonathan and James answer if you're that fast.
All right, we can lock in.
Oh, in a shocking turn of events, James and Jonathan are locked in first.
We got the Rangers in the MLB and the NHL. We got the Giants in the MLB and the NFL. New York and San Francisco Giants. The Sacramento and the LA Kings. The St. Louis and the Arizona Cardinals.
Although I hear the Arizona Cardinals are being moved down this year.
And it's not the Oilers anymore.
No.
It was weird that they named a team after that guy.
It put some really great numbers, though, you know?
Nice. He was very constant.
Wham, wham.
Oh, I got it. The Panthers. Florida and Carolina. The Panthers. Panthers are the last one. That's it.
All right, so you're locked in with that?
Yep. Giants, Rangers, Kings, Cardinals, Panthers.
Giants, Rangers, Kings, Cardinals, and Panthers. Jonathan and James, what did you say?
Well, I immediately texted Jonathan, Giants and Jets, and then no, I think you said the Jets. Can you read the question real quick? But then Jonathan came with a bunch more.
It took more time than I expected it to, but they did finally come. So yeah, we had Giants, Panthers, Rangers, Kings, and Cardinals. I enjoyed Benjamin slapping himself on the head when he remembered Panthers. He literally almost knocked his yarmulke off.
Yeah.
It was like, poof.
Yeah. Both teams said the Giants, the Rangers, the Cardinals, the Panthers, and the Kings. Both teams are 100% on the midpoint. Great job.
All right.
After the midpoint, the score is 100-80 with Jonathan and James in the lead. Still very much anybody's game.
Woohoo.
What it be, trivia lovers? It's your pal Ryan Buds, host of Trivia with Buds, a Monday through Friday pop culture podcast with episodes under 10 minutes to give your nostalgic brain a workout. With over 2,000 episodes, you're all set for fun and games on your next long flight, road trip, or weekend hangout with friends and family. Check out recent episodes on famous mullets, Dungeons & Dragons, classic cocktails, and tons more. And for info on virtual, in-person, and hybrid trivia, bingo, and game show events, go to my website, triviawithbuds.com. Cheers.
All right, round 4, question number 1. Your category is the maladies of fictional characters. According to the 1995 hit song, it is likely that Disney's Pocahontas might have had something wrong with her senses and has what neurological condition?
Jonathan, what I sent you, I think that might be...
We're locked in.
All right, James, talk to me.
I texted you the word synesthesia. It's one of those ones we learn about in visual processing courses in school.
Oh, that's right. You're an eye doctor.
Yeah. Which is going to make me even sadder if I'm trying to sit in my head going like, wait a minute, it's like seeing a color thing differently. But if you're seeing the colors of the wind and that kind of stuff like that, maybe that's what he's talking to.
Yeah, the colors of the wind is not, you're not seeing visuals with sound. It's the freaking wind.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. But that's what the first thing that came to my thought, just in terms of, things they could be hinting at. So,
but now on the positive side, let it never be said that Nick is not a lazy question writer. So, I think that it could be synesthesia, even if it's not technically accurate.
Well, it's basically, again, it's your senses getting kind of mixed up. So hearing versus seeing the colors, that makes sense. So I would be cool with that. So if you want to lock in with synesthesia, I'd say we should lock in synesthesia.
I'm good with it.
I'll let you lock in if you can say it 3 times fast.
My stutter will not allow me to do that.
Wow, Nick, way to point attention to something he's sensitive about. Really good job out of you.
You're totally good, man. I actually had a patient today who's a speech therapist, and I thank them every single day I have one. I'm like, you guys are awesome. I have the best. So, all appreciated to it.
Yeah. And Jonathan, if you're trying to get me to feel bad about putting my foot in my mouth, you are many decades too late.
Yes. I'm getting feet too late.
All right, they locked in with synesthesia. Benjamin and Lisa, what did you say?
I had the same rationale. If the wind is the sound and you're hearing the colors of the wind, that would be synesthesia. So that's what we also said.
All right. Both teams said synesthesia. The correct definition of synesthesia from your lazy question writer who looked it up is when you experience one of your senses through another. It is not related directly to hearing or music. It has to do with your senses and switching them up. Your correct answer is synesthesia. Good work.
Yay.
Woo.
It's going to be a theme.
Yeah.
All right, round 4, question number 2. This question is brought to us from Simon Hood. So thank you, Simon.
Thank you, Simon.
Thanks, Simon.
The category is Advance Australia. There are 2 animals represented on the Australian coat of arms. Part of the reason they were chosen is because they cannot go backwards. They literally can't take a backward step and represent a nation striving to move forward. One is the kangaroo. What is the other?
Lisa, are we locked in?
Yeah, we're locked.
All right, they're locked in. Jonathan and James.
Have you ever seen an emu walk?
I was just texting you that, actually. So, yeah, Jonathan texted.
I've never seen an elephant fly, James.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't, you should see that movie. It's really good. No, he texted me the word wallaby ? And it's like, well, Australian animals are thinking of. I would think kangaroo and wallaby are going to be too similar to be on the coat of arms, so there may be an emu. And I said, I've never seen an emu walk backwards, to which he replied, have you ever seen an emu walk? I was like, actually, to be fair, I don't think I have. But
so let me challenge you on this, and you tell me what you think after I do this.
Okay.
You said that you wouldn't necessarily think the kangaroo and the wallaby will be on the flag together because they're too similar. But perhaps being too similar is the reason that these two things cannot walk backwards. Their similarity is the thing that makes them stand out.
I could see that, but surely there's other animals that also can't walk backwards that are, different enough to be able to say like they're a separate thing.
Birds. I can't imagine a bird that can't walk backwards. With a kangaroo, I can imagine it because of the way their ankles and knees are shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, aren't the emu legs like bent backwards in such a way that they probably couldn't actually take a step backwards? Like, aren't their knees?
Well, so are flamingos, but they can still take a step backwards.
Sure. I don't know. Something in my gut says it would be too close to be wallaby. I would want to go.
Let me also ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Australians would put the emu on their flag after being defeated by emus in the Great Emu War of the early 1900s?
If they're that strong to be defeated by them, that means they're powerful, and you should respect them.
I see. Okay, so you feel strong about emu?
I'm leaning that way, man. I don't know. I just whatever the emu equivalent of meow meows is. I don't have that, but
wow.
I would think that wallabies are too similar. I would go with emu.
All right. I will stand down. We will go with emu.
All right. I've never heard such a solid point-counterpoint argument on this show. It was very interesting.
We were both in forensics as children.
Yeah. All right. They're locked in with emu. Lisa and Benjamin, what did you say?
I lived in Australia, and Benjamin was just there, so we went for
my honeymoon.
We feel pretty confident about our answer. I actually have a little kangaroo behind my shoulder, if you can see, and we went with emu.
All right, so both teams said emu. Both teams are correct. Good work.
DuckTales. Emu.
Yeah, actually, I have a little gold pendant with the seal of Australia on it that I got when I was there. Yeah.
Round 4, question number 3. Your category is NASA knows. NASA astronauts wear 2 kinds of spacesuits. The EVA, or extravehicular activity suits, are the white ones that you see on the moon landing spacewalk pictures. But the ACESs, the advanced crew escape suits, used mainly for ascent and entry, are what color? The same as the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm looking for a specific color.
We can lock.
All right, they are locked in. Jonathan and James, you can talk out loud.
I was going to say orange, but I think those were the fighter pilots for X-Wing fighters in Star Wars. The Golden Gate Bridge, I've been on it. The color is that reddish, burnt red, color, I don't remember the fancy name for it, though.
How specific you wanted this to be, Nick? Like burnt sienna?
Burnt sienna would be acceptable.
Oh my God.
He did say he wants specific.
Specific enough, yeah. I texted Jonathan, I'm too colorblind for this question.
Once again,
man, I'm
Nick
just laying in.
Yeah. So
now take off your glasses and read this eye chart. What is
better,
one or two?
I do that every day. No, I was going to say, too, is my memories of trying to picture this from the astronauts' point of stuff, but we were like, what were they wearing in space camp? And for the life of me, I think they were just wearing white.
I think that the Golden Gate Bridge is a color of orange. I think that it's something orange. Like, there's lots of colors of orange, and this is obviously a reddish one. I cannot remember the name for it, though. I know that I've known it at some point.
So, yeah, I got nothing, man. Orange, I'm trying to think, like, what would astronaut orange be a thing? I mean, I don't think it's the same name.
No, because the bridge existed before the astronauts did.
For sure. All I can think about is because of the context of when they'd be wearing it is something to be hyper visible so that if they are crashing anywhere on the globe, they'd be, if you happen to find that suit. But I got nothing, man. As far as a specific name, we say orange. Would you be more specific than orange?
Yes.
Okay.
Jonathan's cheek is now the appropriate color. What color is that?
I mean, honestly, if we're looking at crayon colors, it's almost brick red. It's like a rust-colored red. It's a rust-colored orange, rather. It's absolutely that color, that rusty red color.
You're the rusty orange?
And why would they name the Golden Gate Bridge, or why would they give it a specific color if it's not referential? So like Bay Area red or Bay Bridge red or...
Yeah, man. I'm not going to get it. I'm sorry.
Golden red.
All right. Need an answer.
All right. We will go with burnt orange.
All right. Burnt orange out of the team of Jonathan and James. Lisa and Benjamin, what did you say?
Oh, Nick, I am so glad you put in that clue about the Golden Gate Bridge. Thank you for that. I am pretty sure that the color of the Golden Gate Bridge is called international orange.
All right.
And
so
that's what we locked in with.
one team said international orange. The other team said burnt orange. And I'd like to point out that Lisa likes the cluing part of my question writing. Your correct answer is international orange.
Good job.
That was an international color of mystery.
Also, fun fact, it is the astronaut spacesuit, the Golden Gate Bridge, and it is the color of the black box in airplanes.
Huh.
Yep. All slightly different hexadecimal colors because I went that deep on my research.
But if it's called the black box.
Yeah.
I don't even know where in my life that came up.
Probably on Trivial Warfare.
Absolutely.
Something
We've had it before.
I don't know. I did a puzzle involving the Golden Gate Bridge. I may have gone down a rabbit hole. I don't know.
After round number 4, it is even closer than when we started. 3 for 3 out of Lisa and Benjamin, 2 out of 3 for Jonathan and James in the round. Your scores 120 to 110 with Jonathan and James in the lead.
Ooh.
All right, round 5.
Round 5, question number 1. Your category is presidential. There are 4 U.S. presidential candidates who have won the popular vote but lost the Electoral College. Most recently, Hillary Clinton in 2016 and Al Gore in 2000. Name either of the other 2.
All right, we're going to lock in.
All right, they're locked in. Lisa and Benjamin.
I know one of them is 1876. It's whoever lost to Rutherford B. Hayes.
And the other 3 were all, I think, more recent. So yeah, we know it was Clinton, Gore. So yeah, George W. Bush was a non-popular vote-winning president.
I think everybody through at least Roosevelt won the popular vote and the Electoral College. I don't think anybody can.
No, it's more recent. It was the one further back, like you mentioned, and then more recent. Like I said, this should be something that like immediately pops in, and I'm completely blanking.
Yeah, I'm blanking too. I know William Jennings Bryant ran like 4 times in a row, but I don't think but that's the only person I'm thinking off the top of my head.
I need an answer.
Yeah, I just pick something. I'm not sure.
Let's just go William Jennings Bryant, and it's probably wrong, but I can't think of anything better right now.
Yeah, all right.
All right, they locked in with William Jennings Bryant, Jonathan, and James.
So I talked James into going with me based on the well-known I've seen it in a Disney movie clause of trivia. One of my favorite old Disney movies, was also the film debut of Goldie Hawn, by the way. It is called The One and Only Genuine Original Family Band. It is one of my absolute favorites. It features a plot point at the very end where they're at a election day rally for the election of Grover Cleveland and Benjamin Harrison as the 2 running nominees. And there's songs that I remember I watched this as a kid. And I remember the Grover Cleveland song. I remember the Benjamin Harrison song, and the big deal was that even though Cleveland had won the vote, Harrison stole the election, and everybody's pissed off, and they end up having a good old fashioned Donnybrook into this movie. But Cleveland should be the last person to win would be one of the people who won the electoral vote and did not win I'm saying it badly. He won the popular vote and did not win the electoral vote. So I said Grover Cleveland.
All right. So Jonathan and James said Grover Cleveland. Lisa and Benjamin said William Jennings Bryant. Your correct answers would be either Grover Cleveland, who won 3 consecutive popular votes, but lost the election in the middle to Benjamin Harrison. And the other person would be the person who lost to Rutherford B. Hayes, Samuel J. Tilden. So, yeah. And Benjamin, I was tracking literally every word you said.
It was all right.
At no point were you incorrect. Yes. You're dead on the whole way.
Great. That makes me feel so much better. Thanks.
You just didn't go back far enough.
Yeah. You just needed to keep going. You needed another 5 minutes and to get through the 1800s. And
you needed to put it over with Grover.
Yeah. Round 5, question number 2. Your category is Hooping for the Best. The most outstanding player of the 2023 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship was which LSU forward who managed a double-double in every game of the tournament? She had a devil of a time managing the press, and she didn't fall to pieces when SNL lampooned her on national television.
All right, we're locked in.
They are locked in. Jonathan and James.
All right. He gave 2 big, obvious clues in the question. One of them was she didn't fall to pieces with the SNL bit. I think Fall to Pieces was a hit song by Ashley Simpson. And he said she had or didn't have a devil of a time or had a devil of a time. I don't know exactly, but it could be an Elizabeth Hurley reference because, what was it, Bedazzled, Bewitched, Bedeviled? What's the name of the movie with friggin' Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley?
Are you thinking of...
Besmirched? What is the name of this movie?
No.
Bedazzled? It's not Bedazzled.
No, I don't think that is. But no, man. This is... we watched this game. I'm an LSU grad. I'm just trying to remember her name, and it's, of course, on the tip of my tongue right now.
Is it Hurley or Simpson?
No, it's the...
Ashley
Angel
somebody?
Reese. Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
Yeah, dude. So, my God.
So Angel is the opposite of devil. That's good.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon? Reese,
as far as the clues go, I'm not sure, but that's one of our players. I remember she did absolutely fantastically that game. So I would be cool with going Angel Reese all day.
So you are one of Reese's pieces?
Sure.
All right. Cool. So we're going to lock in Reese.
All right. They locked in with Reese. Benjamin and Lisa, what did you say?
She is from Baltimore, Maryland. It's Angel Reese.
Yeah. You picked up on my excellent clues in that category. Angel is the opposite of devil, and Reese's Fallen to Pieces.
Oh, it
Angel
was Reese's
is your
Pieces.
correct
Oh my
answer.
God, that was way worse. It was Ashley Simpson's song was Fall to Pieces, right?
No, it was Pieces of Me. Ashley Simpson's song was Pieces of Me.
Oh.
The Brendan Fraser, Elizabeth Hurley movie was Bedazzled.
It was Bedazzled?
Yes, and Falling to Pieces was a song by Faith No More.
Oh, I love that song. That's a good song. Yeah, no, I got to listen to that song again. Okay, Bedazzled is a hilarious name because it was like some reality TV show where somebody remembered the Bedazzler, and it became a whole bit that the Bedazzler was a thing in the 80s to stick stuff onto your clothes. Mm-hmm. And then looking back and remembering that movie's name is Bedazzled, it just feels wrong because of it.
It absolutely does. All right, both teams are correct on that, so excellent work.
That was not an easy question. Good job by all of you people who knew the answers.
Thank you for pairing me with a sports person.
Says the person wearing a Buffalo Bills jersey.
With a college basketball sports person.
Round 5, question number 3. Your category is science.
Science.
The quadriceps is, as the name suggests, a group of 4 prevailing muscles in the human body. This group of muscles covers the front and sides of what bone? The longest and strongest in the body.
Yeah, meows.
Getting lazy over
here. Is
here.
that a toot meow? That was a
toot meow.
We can lock in.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
they are locked in, Lisa and Benjamin.
Thigh bone, femur. I don't know what else to say about that other than that's the longest bone. So that's what we went with.
It's connected to the hip bone.
That is correct. The femur is connected to the hip bone. Jonathan
give our
and
answer yet?
James. No, I'm talking.
Sorry, it was just long.
Jonathan and James, what did you answer?
We also said femur, yes.
All right, both teams answered femur. Both teams are correct. Femur is the right answer. After round number 5, the score is once again 20 points apart. Jonathan and James lead 150 to 130 over Lisa and Benjamin.
Oh, it's such a good game.
It is so close. You were talking about being written well. Yeah, no, that too. Round 6, question number 1. This question is brought to us from Sarah Kaplan. So thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. I know her. She's smart.
She is very smart, and she looks good naked.
Is this Sarah Kaplan of the Kaplan study course prep stuff?
That is not correct. If it were, I would not be working.
Right. They're very smart if so.
Nick, if money had anything to do with it, you would not be working anyway. You work because you get bored.
That's fair. Maybe I should stop working with you.
Why? I keep you entertained.
Because I'm so bored. All right. Your category is attacking big. Which company with a nearly $4 billion market capitalization is named after the collective noun for a group of athletes in a race and represented by company stars Cody Rigsby and Robin Arzon?
If you're good to lock in, Lisa, then...
Yeah, we can lock.
All right, they are locked in. Jonathan and James, what are you thinking?
So, James, I don't know, and you don't know the names of these people. We're both leaning towards it being possibly a sports team, I think. But it may not be. Or something related. But a name of the group of all of the racers in a race. I mean, like a swarm or a...
What was the... Nick, would you mind one more time? I'm sorry, man. One more time the question?
You know what? If you tell me you're hard of hearing as well.
No.
Which company with a nearly $4 billion market capitalization is named?
Sorry, so we're looking for a company name.
Which is named after the collective noun for a group of athletes in a race and represented by company stars Cody Rigsby and Robin Arzon.
I mean, it could be like maybe a group of athletes in a race is called a Dix. I don't know. Maybe they're called a Spalding or a Mizzo. An
Academy, like
Academy Sports.
I mean, that's the best I'm going to come up with.
Academy of Racers. It could be a, I
don't know.
A Wilson. Call him a Wilson. Yeah. Call him a Louisville Slugger or Rawlings, an Under Armour of athletes. A Nike, a Reebok, a Puma, a Skechers. I'm sure there's more. A Zamboni of runners.
Athletics, isn't that like a company? No. Academy, man? I don't know. I have nothing better than that. I really have nothing.
Sound right.
No, it does not.
Sure. We'll go with an Academy. Do you want the company name? Academy Sports.
All right. So Jonathan and James are locked in with Academy Sports. Lisa and Benjamin, what did you say?
I hope this gives us a chance to catch up a little bit if we're right. The only thing that came to mind in a bike race, the group of bikers is called a peloton. So we went with Peloton.
All right. Lisa and Benjamin said Peloton. Jonathan and James said Academy Sports. Your correct answer is Peloton. Good job.
I like how Benjamin
really
shifted
good
his
job.
camera to his Peloton.
It's actually just a normal exercise bike. It's not.
You can just say it is.
Say it's Peloton.
It's a really good job out of y'all. No,
Yeah,
I didn't know the word.
I totally pulled
No.
that. I had nothing to do with that, even though I have the bicycle sitting right next to me.
Like, I don't know, maybe somebody, like, when there's a spoiler thread on this, can let me know. I've always heard it referred to, like, in the Tour de France as the main pack, like, not the leaders. So that's interesting to hear that it's like everybody, and maybe it's just how they use it in that one race.
Yeah, it's the collective noun. So the main pack is the most, collective sort of grouping. But yeah, and the category title, because it doesn't seem like that helped anybody. Peloton stock took a huge hit when Sex and the City killed off Big, the character Big. He had a heart attack while riding on his Peloton.
So what was the category again?
Attacking Big.
That's so funny. As soon as you said that category name, I said, oh, this is going to be a Sex and the City question. And then you started talking about companies and collective nouns. And I was like, what? No? Okay. And it slipped my mind. But thank you to my husband for making me watch some Tour de France races.
So
there you go.
A Zamboni of runners is definitely in the lead for the show title.
Zamboni of runners.
Yeah.
Question number 2 in round number 6. Your category is literature.
Literature.
The Hemingway novel For Whom the Bell Tolls takes place during which war and is based on Hemingway's own experiences as an American reporter attached to a unit of Republican guerrillas in 1936?
We can lock.
They're locked. Jonathan and James, you can talk out loud.
So, James, my first instinct was Spanish-American War, but the date's wrong and it didn't feel right.
Yeah, I think I just sent in our chat group as they were locking in. I think it's the Spanish Civil War.
Oh, okay. That might be why Spanish came to mind.
Yeah.
If that would make sense.
It's one of those, I think, if I'm trying to remember, so I have not read it, unfortunately, but I remember hearing, if Miss Info did one a while back on some of the old, like, Hemingway stuff. I want to say that may have been what they were talking about. But
I could live with that. I think that's not bad. I think I'm down with that.
Okay.
After all, time marches on. Let's lock it in.
Cool.
All right, they're locked in with Spanish Civil War. Benjamin and Lisa, what did you say?
Also from the misinformation, at least that's where my poll was from. Spanish Civil War.
All right, both teams said Spanish Civil War. Both teams are correct.
Nice.
Good job.
Awesome. Thanks, ladies.
Round 6, question number 3, your final question of the game, or of the main part of the game. Your category is, you all know about men and their jewelry. Am I right? With the retirement of Tom Brady again, there are only 2 active NFL quarterbacks with more than 1 Super Bowl ring. One is Kansas City Chiefs star Patrick Mahomes, the most recent Super Bowl MVP. Who is the other?
God, I wish it was football season.
Yeah, I'm like 10% chance, but I think it's not a terrible guess.
Works for me, man. Let's go ahead and lock that in.
We're gonna lock in.
All right, they're locked in. Lisa and Benjamin, you can talk out loud.
Well, it's not Josh Allen. Not yet.
Next year.
I wonder if it's somebody who was a backup. And I'm trying. I'm I'm going to kick myself when I hear it. This is what I know. I'm going to kick myself when I hear it.
Because of all the sports ball questions, the football one is the one I should get.
All right, need an answer.
Maybe Foles was a backup for something, and we're forgetting that.
Maybe we can go with that because I'm not.
Only rationale I can think of.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick Foles.
All right, we'll go Nick Foles.
All right, they said Nick Foles. Jonathan and James, what did you say?
We also went Nick Foles. I know he won with the Eagles. I wouldn't be shocked. Something's dragging me to thinking he was a backup for a team, maybe the backup for the Rams or something. But another answer that came to mind after we locked in is Jimmy G. He might have been around for 2 Super Bowls with Brady and the Patriots before he got traded. So possible there too, but we had said Foles.
So both teams locked in with Nick Foles. Both teams are incorrect. Your correct answer is the starting quarterback for your Las Vegas Raiders, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Son of a beep.
Yeah, we locked in, both racking our brains. As soon as you typed that, I was like, yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, it wasn't 10 seconds into y'all's conversation when it was like,
It was immediately. It was like, all right, we're locked in. And then Jonathan started typing and went, oh, beep.
Exactly.
He used a different expletive, to be fair.
Once we locked in, my brain was allowed to let go of all of the logical thoughts that it had and was like, oh, there's the answer.
So at the end of the game, end of regulation, your scores, Jonathan and James in the lead 160 to Lisa and Benjamin's 150. It is a 10-point game headed into the gauntlet.
Dang.
All right, time to work out your wagers, and your category for the help is that a category in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
And it's 160 to 150?
160 to 150.
All right, we're locked in. Our answer's locked. No, our wager's locked in.
Your wager is locked in.
And
if you want to lock in the answers now, I'll give you double your wager if you get it right.
Whoever said I was bad at math, y'all take that back because I just did that lightning fast in my head. Arithmetic for the win.
Okay, we're locked in.
Your gauntlet for the day. Your category is that a category in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Originally named Satoshi Tajiri when he was born in April of 1997, which fictional 10-year-old world champion recently retired from his sport in December of 2022?
I'm down with it, James. Lock it in.
Let's lock that in.
Okay. We'll lock that in.
Question number 2. Which flying machine was designed by recluse Howard Hughes to carry more than 700 men into battle, had a wingspan of over 320 feet, and made only one flight, a test that lasted for 1 mile at 70 feet above the water?
Yeah, we can lock that answer in.
Lisa, I'm good with what you wrote.
We're locked in.
And your final question in the gauntlet category, once again, is that a category in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Which actor has played Prince Charming and Peter Parker and was a fan favorite to join Thor, Star-Lord, and Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
We're locked in.
All right. I don't know about Prince Charming, James, but Peter Parker, I can give you some. Tobey Maguire was Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was Peter Parker. Tom Holland was Peter Parker. Those are going to be your 3 big ones. Prince Charming, maybe like an Ella Enchanted kind of movie-ish, or like Once Upon a Time movie or a TV show.
Well, who joined Thor, Star-Lord, and Captain America?
Nobody.
And the
Fan favorite to join, but it's not something that actually happened.
I mean, of those, one I can think of would be Tom Holland, but
yeah, he would have been the only one around for that. The Spider-Man stuff was a different thing.
Man, I would just go Tom Holland.
I mean, the Prince Charming thing, where's that coming from? Has he done that?
Maybe he played Prince Charming. I haven't seen it, but that would be my only thing I can go with on that. And I think in terms of, if we're thinking that the category was what you said it was, I mean, that sounds.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have a clue here we can work with.
Right.
Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. None of those have wood or tree in them.
Yeah.
Holly. Who played Miles Morales in the animated? Do you know?
No, I don't, man. I said my first initial gut instinct would be to go Tom Holland just because of the Marvel tie-in. That's my only thing. I don't know if he's Prince Charming or not, but that'd be
Tom Holland is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, and I think he's a fan favorite to join them. As in, once he joined, people were happy that Spider-Man came into the MCU. So I think that's what he's saying.
Chris Hemsworth. It's going to be a Chris. Chris Hemsworth is Thor. All three of those characters are named Chris in real life.
Okay.
I can't remember which Chris's they are. But they're all Chris's.
Then
Chris Pine?
Chris Pine?
Did Chris Pine play Prince Charming or Peter Parker anywhere?
I mean, it's the Wood tie-in.
Chris Pine might have played Peter Parker in the Miles Morales movie because Miles Morales is not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Let's go
and
with Chris
Pine
Pine.
is a tree. I think it's Chris Pine, and I would bet a finger on it at that point.
Well, which finger?
Your pinky. I didn't say my finger, idiot.
James's pinky.
Yeah, no, James, I want to lock in Chris Pine, dude. I think it's right.
Chris Pine works, man. Let's do it.
All right, our answer's locked in.
Back to the top. Question number 1. Originally named Satoshi Tajiri when he was born in April of 1997, which fictional 10-year-old world champion recently retired from his sport in December of 22? Jonathan and James, what did you say?
I heard the date, and that was ripe me playing my Game Boy with my red and blue and picking up Ash Ketchum, man. I heard he retired recently, and it's a long stint to be a 10-year-old champion, so good for him.
Lisa and Benjamin, what did you say?
We also said Ash.
All right. Question number 2. Which flying machine was designed by Howard Hughes and made only one flight that only went for about a mile? Lisa, what did you say?
We said the Spruce Goose.
The Spruce Goose. Jonathan and James.
I think we both texted each other at the same time, Spruce Goose.
All right. And the final question, which actor played Prince Charming Peter Parker and was a fan favorite to join the other characters in the MCU? Jonathan and James, where did you end up?
So this was a fun one because we immediately named all 3 theatrical Spider-Man, and we're about to just give in and guess Tom Holland, but we figured out that the clue in the category here is tree names or wood types, and I just didn't feel comfortable with that, and Holland was already in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But as we were about to just give in, I was looking at trying to figure out why you chose those 3 characters, Thor, Star-Lord, and Captain America, in the question, and that's when it hit me that they were all Chris's, and so that moved us to a Chris with a tree for a last name, and we locked in with Chris Pine.
And Benjamin and Lisa, what did you say?
We were this close to you guys missing it.
You were so close. That was a Jonathan that people will never hear. That was really pulling it from the rear right there.
Close.
Oh, he's going to put that in there. That's going to happen.
The other great clue you put in was that, Prince Charming, Chris Pine played that he was Into the Woods.
Oh, is that where that was from?
Wait, I'm sorry, Benjamin. What did you say? That was a what? Right at the beginning? It was a what?
It was an awesome clue, Nick.
Yes, it was. So they also locked in with Chris Pine. Back to the top. Originally, everybody got same answer. So originally named Satoshi Tajiri, your 10-year-old world champion, recent world champion. He won a recent world championship and then retired. Your correct answer is Ash Ketchum. Question number 2, the flying machine designed by Howard Hughes was the Spruce Goose. Finally, the actor that played Prince Charming in Into the Woods, Peter Parker in the Miles Morales Spider-Man movie, was a fan favorite to join Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, and Chris Evans as Captain America. Your correct answer is Chris Pine. All 3 answers are correct for both teams. So it
I was trying to name Chris as Chris Adams. That isn't right. Who are these people's names? I was so frustrated.
Good pull, man. Thank you. I was at that point just kind of like, I don't see where we're going with it, but heck of a pull.
That was James was ready to quit, and Jonathan was like, "No, we are getting through this answer."
You should see our chat. Our chat is
Their whole chat is, please, no, please, beep, son of a beep. God, stop, just stop.
Well, it comes down to wagers.
Oh, and by the way, what did we think of the category title there?
I think it was obtuse, and it worked.
Good
touche, sir. Touche.
Yeah.
All right, it all comes down to the wagers. Lisa and Benjamin, you had 150 points. You were trailing by 10. What did you wager?
Yeah, every time I suck at these wagers so bad. I know that Jonathan never generally bets to assume he's going to miss the gauntlet, but we also...
That's not true. I bet that I'm going to miss it all the time.
Really?
Most of the time.
Then I got the... Well, maybe you did.
I hate betting aggressively.
I usually get the impression you kind of like to go all in.
No, I haven't gone all in years.
Oh, well, maybe I'm behind on listening. But so we figured we couldn't really go for a lockout, so we bet 11.
All right.
11 points, bringing their score up to 161 for the game. That means they are 1 point ahead at 161 to 160. Jonathan, if you bet anything other than 0, you and James will be the winners. What did you wager?
That's not true. We bet 1, we'd be a tie.
Oh, that's true.
See, so now I was trying to
be a win.
I was trying to convince James. I'm like, I think 0 is the way to go here. I think lock it in 0. We are golden. And he's like, no, dude, have a pair of stones. Isn't that James? Isn't that what you said?
My phrasing was more of, it's only gets so often to be here on our end of this kind of stuff. So if you can go big, and we've had a good game so far. It actually was very well written. Lots of great clues. Thank you, Nick. And it felt like we were going to potentially do well, and as such, I figured let's go aggressive with it. So we ended up. He did some quick math that maybe second guess my own. Okay, yes, you're not right. So we bet for the lockout and bet 141.
141 plus 160 is a lockout at 301 to 161 as your final score. Your winners today, Jonathan and James.
Good game, everybody.
Good game, guys.
That was a real good one.
Awesome.
What a good finish.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I figured if you went for the lockout, we weren't gonna beat that, obviously.
Sure.
So.
Of course not.
By the way, final numbers, 43 out of 52 answers correct. So that's
was a
real
fun
good
one.
game out of both teams.
Really fun. Love that.
I
All
think
right.
good matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout outs and promote causes that they care about. James, you're a big winner today, so we will start with you.
Quick shout out to my awesome fiance Kelly for holding the fort down while I'm up here recording.
Hi, Kelly.
My dog Izzy is sitting next to me, and she's getting antsy that I'm looking at her and talking, but not talking to her. Just a real quick, on a bit of a serious note, one of the things I did in my career this past year was to fill in as an eye doctor at a correctional facility and help out guys who basically either lost their glasses or, in many cases, have never worn glasses. And just as an eye doctor, I can't stress enough, please, please, please have your children's eyes tested at an early age. There's programs nationwide called Infant C, which under 12 months old, they can get a free eye exam at certain eye offices. But even before school age and during school, even if they don't have any complaints, kids don't necessarily know what good vision and good functional vision systems should be. I cannot tell you the number of guys I saw in the correctional who had never worn glasses, some of them in like 60 plus years. And some of these guys, basically, I would love to do a study just to kind of see, just, public health wise, if we could get intervention at an earlier age, if that may help them, stay in school, stay on a better path, and not have their eyes be, keeping them back. So sorry for the serious downer bit at the end there, but that was a big thing I had to deal with this past year. On a much happier note, it's great being back. 100 episodes since my last one, so much appreciated for having me back on again.
Absolutely. A great job out of you. All right, over to Benjamin.
I want to A shout out and a huge thank you to my wife, Becca, who was keeping my dog occupied for most of the evening. And as far as causes, adopt, don't shop. Lots of shelter dogs, lots of shelter animals need the love, need the help. And yeah.
Absolutely love it. Thank you. And Lisa, we will finish up with you.
So I run a pretty niche trivia Twitter feed, and I'm finally having a live event for people to sign up. I've got a whole bunch of people signed up already. I'm very excited about it. And I want to give a shout out to Jay Borsum, who really helped me get the software set up and everything. Was really helpful in getting me some ins and outs and hooking me up with the right people. And
hardest working woman in trivia.
So
true that.
Very, answering all my texts and everything. So hopefully I will be able to report back that it was a big success and we didn't have any technical issues.
So Lisa, may I give you some business advice?
Sure.
You just talked through that whole thing and you did not name the trivia-based Twitter feed at all, so the listeners have no idea how to follow it.
Or the big DC following that Trivial Warfare has. Where and when is the game?
So I didn't, because it's very niche, right? When I say niche, I mean really niche. I know one other person in Trivial Warfare Army who gets excited over this trivia. It's going to be, we're doing it online because I've got players in Europe and Australia and all over. The Twitter feed is Pub Outlander, and it's all Outlander trivia. So
I guarantee you there are more than one Trivial Warfare Army people who like Outlander.
Yeah.
So, but it's...
I mean, I bet Nick's read the whole series.
Actually, I haven't. That's one of the series that I really haven't gotten into.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very, yes.
So, yeah, come join us. It's for all you Outlander fans out there.
When is it?
You can see the information on my feed. It's going to be Sunday at 4:00, the 16th. April 16th.
That's probably going to be after this comes out.
After this airs, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what?
What was
There's a whole Facebook group.
That's true. You should post in the Facebook
there
group.
is, yeah. No, I will. So we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
It was at Trivia Outlander?
Pub Outlander.
Pub Outlander.
Pub Outlander.
There we go.
Pub quiz. Get it?
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And thanks, Jay.
Fantastic. All right, and that is going to wrap us up. For James, for Benjamin, for Lisa, and Nick, my name's Jonathan. This has been episode number 424 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit propodcastingservices.com.
Right? It's sitting right there in front of you. All right. Yeah. The other funny thing that was happening is I was watching both chats happen. You both immediately went to Russell Wilson. And I assumed what I do during the conversations is I type in what I assume you're going to have your locked in answer as, so that I don't have the typing sound when we're talking. And I'm like, oh, wait, is Russell Wilson 1L or 2? And then I said, I'll just check the chat. And James said, what about Russell Wilson with 1L? And Jonathan responded, no, Russell Wilson with 2 L's isn't the right answer. And I'm like, oh, beep. And at the same time, Benjamin and Lisa were having the same conversation. I'm like, oh, I'll just go over there. And Lisa said, what about Russell Wilson with 1L? And Benjamin responded, nah, it's not Russell Wilson with 2 L. I'm like, you guys are no help at all.